Hey guys, Professor Fat Shady from the University of Trials, and I've decided to make this video for all of you who are going to be picking up Trials Fusion on Xbox Live Games with Gold. This game is going to be free for about a month between the 16th of August and the 15th of September. I strongly recommend you pick up this game if you haven't already. If you have, buy it again. Who cares? It's awesome. But for people that don't know what Trials Fusion is about, I wanted to give you a quick tour and let you know what you're getting yourself into. Firstly, shameless plug, up there, University of Trials on the dashboard. I couldn't be happier. Let's start off with the gameplay. For someone who has never, ever seen Trials before, I kind of want to make this for you to start with. So the game is pretty simple. You press right trigger to go forward, you press left trigger to brake or go backwards, and with your left analog stick, you lean, right? But as you can see, right, that shifts the bike and shifts the rider's body weight. That's pretty much it. Forward, backwards, and leaning. But what you'll get, and you'll see as I sort of go through the track here, you can. The objective of the game is to try and get through the track in the fastest way possible, using those things at your disposal. There is a number of bikes, but this isn't about leveling up your bike. There's really only one right bike for each track, and it's about finding the fastest way through. Now, you do have the option in this game to do tricks. That's not for me, but that might be for you. So if you're looking for doing some cool tricks, you've got the option to do that. And look, it's fun. But the real excitement for me is about leaderboard competition. Firstly against yourself, and secondly against some of your friends. But as you can see, all these little subtle sort of body weight shifts are getting me through to the track, and that's in 56 seconds. That's 11.8 seconds slower than my personal best, and I tell you, there's people that go a hell of a lot faster. What I want to do is go straight from the first track in the game to one of the hardest tracks. Let's not ruin Inferno. Let's go Rock of Rages. So what we've done now is change the bike to what is the more agile bike, and we've picked an extreme track. So extreme tracks are, I guess, the tail end of your journey, right? You will take a while to get here, but I just want to show you. Now, have a look at the little movements and the maneuvers that I'm sort of pulling off to try and get through this track. You'll see here there's a lot more rapid movements, a lot more stopping and starting, a lot more gripping your rear wheel and stuff like that. And now I'm making this look easy. I promise you, if you've not played a Trials game before and you hit this game for the first time, you will fault. By the way, fault is the word for falling off the bike. You will fault. There's a 500 fault limit. There is a 30-minute limit per track. I promise you, if you pick up this game and play this track first, every single one of you will hit that. But what I wanted to do is show you a track, an extreme track, to give you an idea of what's possible in this game. I did that in 55 seconds and I got hit on the head for my efforts. Twice. But when you get this yourself, and this is the hard thing for me, is to try and make this game look as difficult as it actually is. I've been playing this since 2009, and I really want to emphasize the reason why I started the University of Trials is because this game requires skill, and I've made over 300 videos teaching people how to get better. What you get, you'll see a little leaderboard thing on the right hand side. And what you can do, you can drill down into this and you can compete with your friends and really get some rivalry going. And that to me is where Trials becomes really exciting, is when you find a mate and just be like, I just beat you on Eye of the Storm. And then they get you back, and then you get them back, and you go backwards and forwards. And I'm really hoping that with so many new people playing Trials Fusion when this game comes out for on Games with Gold, there should be awesome competition for you to get into. So just find a person, throw a challenge down to them and wait and see, and you will get so much better at this game just by that competition. So when you get the game, from what I understand, you're going to get the first 8 sections. So pretty much from the beginner stuff all the way through up to the expert Master's Gauntlet extreme tracks. There is DLC that is there. There's a season pass which gets you these 6 other map packs, and then there is also this Awesome Level Max DLC, which comes with this Redlings vs All-Stars and the Awesome Adventure, which is a unicorn riding on tracks. It's weird. But anyway, there's some really cool stuff in the DLC, but if you choose not to get that, I still think, I did the maths, 94 Trials tracks, there is 4 tutorials, I'm better at them than the game, sorry, just call it how I see it, the 6 FMX, which is the sort of tricks that I showed you, and there are skill games as well. Now I wanted to make this video quick, but people that know my videos know that I never make quick videos. But there's a lot of content within this game. In addition to that whole career mode, which is really you, your mates competing against each other, You've also got Track Central. Track Central is a place for you to find community-made tracks. There's a whole bunch of different filters. Top rated this week in trials is a pretty simple one. That's why it's at the top. And what you will get is, and you'll see down the bottom, currently 139,000 tracks for you to play. Now I will say, they're not all gold. There is some pretty ordinary ones. But I'll give you an example. So Vegas Trash, and then I can't go through them all now. Confused Muscles, I will give a special shout out to. He makes some stuff that I absolutely love, and there's some really, really good track creators out there. Look around on the Ubisoft forums, the Trials forums, and you'll get some recommendations for some good builders. I strongly suggest finding builders you like, know them by name, send them peace, love, and shout outs, and play their stuff. But to give you an idea, this is a track. Now, I've never played this before, but this is a track that was built by somebody using the in-game editor, which I'll show you in a moment. And this is one of the coolest things about this game, is that the editor that the developers use to make the game has been shipped with the game. And everybody who gets it on Games with Gold, apart from some DLC objects, which you won't get as part of the free game, I don't believe, you can make a track very similar to this yourself. You know, and there's nothing fancy on this one, actually. It's just a cool driving one. But look at this, the lighting, the overall aesthetic, the sort of and you change the time of day settings and all this other stuff, and you can create something like this, or a hell of a lot better or different, and really whatever you want. And this, to me, I think, for 139,000 tracks, there's got to be thousands upon thousands of them that are absolutely brilliant. So I showed you a track built by a person in the community, and now I want to show you how to do that yourself. So you go into Create, and from here, you pick a location. I'm just going to do this really quickly, but you pick a location on the map. There's, heaps of different randomly generated, I won't say randomly, this sort of camera location. There's one big world, and you can build tracks wherever you want within this world. For example, if I wanted to build an obstacle where you jump from one runway to the other, I put a start point, I put an end point, I will go in and find a ramp. I will say I want that ramp. I want to put it on the driving line. I have put it in the right spot. And let's say so I want to stamp it. I want to turn that one around, and I want to center that on the driving line. But yeah, so, look, this is just for illustrative purposes. But I've just created my own jump. Imagine what you can do when you sort of take that to its extreme. So with multiplayer, you've got online and local. Local multiplayer allows you to take 4 people, or up to 4 people, and race on 4-lane tracks. So you actually got 4 of you racing at the same time on the same screen, and there's some really clever stuff that's done to allow you to, I guess, make sure that nobody drops off the screen and sort of falls too far behind. The online multiplayer has a couple of different modes. One of them is, I guess, the more traditional competitive mode. The other one, which I want to show you quickly, just because it's really, really fun, is in this private stuff. You can play the tracks you want. You have the option to play community-generated tracks, and you can sort of save your own tracks and bring them in here. But where it gets really interesting is if you go into settings, go into presets, and for all of the tracks, for example, you can say whether or not you want tricks to be available, whether you can disable leaning, whether full throttle will be stuck on, whether you want to invert the controls, whether you want 500% speed, whether you want to have 100% or a different percentage of gravity, whether the rider is invisible, the bike is invisible. You can customize all of these parameters. And when you play, and let's actually see if I can do this. Yes, I've played, I have no friends. Alright, so I'm playing this with 500% speed. So the bike that I'm going to use is normally quite slow. When you have 500% speed, it does that. It becomes really fun. Oh, it becomes a challenge, but that's the whole idea about multiplayer gaming, right? Lastly, and I can't believe I even forgot to talk about this when I talked about the career mode, we have challenges, and each track has 3 of them. They're hidden in different places, some more harder to find than others. With this one, for example, Dirt Derby, or Derby, depending on where you're from, actually inverts the camera and puts it as like a third-person view. Now, the controls aren't altered, but what you've got to try and do now, instead of having that side-on perspective, which allows you to see your leaning much more easily, what you end up with here is this sort of over-the-shoulder camera, which, trust me, because I've been playing for a while, I kind of know what maneuvers I need to do. but it makes it quite difficult. I'll give you another example of a challenge. With this one, there's 2 red lines here, and what the challenge is, actually it says that when you pause the game, you actually have to, don't allow your front wheel to touch the area between the red lines. So I've got to try and do a wheelie. Let's see if I can do this. Nope, touch the, I'm going to try and do it now. This is why my videos end up taking a while. Because I'll get distracted with a challenge. Here we go. Boom. Again, another cool way to find just these weird, different things to do within the game. It gives you a lot more replayability when you realize there's about 120 challenges in the base game, but I could be wrong. Yeah, it's probably more than that. Anyway, actually I think it's 245. Anyway, someone will tell me in the comments how many it is. But we have loads of different challenges and a crazy variety. I'll see if I can find you another one. So I've picked another track called Park and Ride. Or Fall. And I want to show you another challenge that is hidden within the game. Like I said, some of these are more hidden than others. With this one, you see a tennis court. Kind of makes sense to stop on the tennis court and see what would happen. It turns out for some weird reason. Now again, people that have played this game for a while already know about this, but for people picking this up new, yeah, I'm playing... How do I hit? Try again. I'm playing tennis with a weird paddle against the penguin, and it's scored in the background. So that was kind of my little roundup. Let me know in the comments if I've left anything off. I probably missed a massive chunk of stuff. I haven't even talked about ninja difficulty. You'll get to that at some point. What else? Oh yeah, let me know in the comments if I've missed anything. For anybody new playing this game, the University of Trials is genuinely 100% dedicated to teaching people how to get awesome at this game. Please let me know if you've got anything you get stuck on. I've got, like I said, hundreds of videos that I've made, heaps of tutorials on stuff, but if there's anything you come across that you don't know how to complete, let me know in the comments and I'll absolutely start to make some more content for the newer people. I'm really excited about Games with Gold, having this game for free and letting more and more people play the game. So yeah, just let me know if you've found anything you want to talk about. I'm a big Trials dude and I'm a big dude, but I just can't wait to share this game with so many more people. So thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to the University of Trials if you haven't already, and yeah, I'll see you on the track. Cheers.